beautiful, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video that's gonna be a little bit of a bonus video. I already did upload something today, but FedEx just left me this one. This is the Natasha Denona Glam face palette. I bought it in the darker version, which looks like this. There's also a lighter version, and I want to try it out, and I want to let you know if I think that this is the normal good Natasha Denona quality. It's a blush, a highlighter, a couple of eyeshadows, so we're just gonna dive in. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related. I especially love colorful things, even though I don't think that this is what we're getting today. But I also love Natasha Denona Beauty so much, so I'm so excited to be diving in. And if you want to see some more makeup on your timeline, don't forget to subscribe, because I upload 5 videos a week, although this week it's been quite a lot. So I bought this palette myself from the Natasha Denona website. I bought it on a pre-sale and it got delivered today, which is super exciting. I know that this dropped on Sephora as well today, and Sephora is in the middle of their VIB sale right now. I think it's only Rouge members right now, but I will link it down below at Sephora. I think the light one already sold out, but the dark one is still available, and that is the one that I'm having. As you can see, this has a little lid that you lift up. Under the lid there is a cream, or like, it looks a little putty, a cream something blush and a highlighter, and then there are 5 powder eyeshadows. 2 of them are shimmery and 3 of them are matte. This is the dark version, so this does not have a lighter eyeshadow. These are named like outer corner, transition, smoke, inner corner, crease, but this inner corner shade does have a bit of a deeper base. I think you can see that when it's so shiny here, it's this one here, but when I tip it over, you can see the darker base. So on me, I don't think it's gonna be an inner corner, but I mean, there was a light one, and I mean, I'm obviously a lighter person, so I probably should have bought the light one if I wanted it to be like suitable for my complexion. But I love deep dramatic eyeshadows, and I knew I wouldn't use like light brown eyeshadows as the other one had, so I bought the deep one for that reason. It's so easy for me to reach for like a matte white eyeshadow or something to have in the corner, rather than just not liking any of the eyeshadows. I'm hoping I'll be able to sheer the blush out a little bit and make it work on me. The highlighter, depending on if it has a transparent base or not, because Natasha Denona highlighters usually have a bit of a transparent base so they can stretch over several skin tones. But I am very much aware that this palette is not really made with my skin tone in mind. I am wearing the Natasha Denona foundation. I will link all the things I have on for reference. This is the Natasha Denona Foundation X Plus in 41Y, which is a light medium with a yellow undertone. Do have some self-tanner on. I do have this one in, I think, 25W when I don't have a self-tanner on, which is described as a light with a warm undertone. That is like my skin tone, and my actual skin tone when I don't have a self-tanner. Like, this is just me adding a little bit of clinging on to summer. That's what it is, clinging on to summer. I'm actually gonna take a bath after this, and all of this is gonna go away, and I'm actually looking forward to it. My friend sent me a whole bunch of bath bombs from Lush, and I am dying to dig in. But yeah, let me zoom in and let's get it. Oh, this is $59. It is, like I said, available at Sephora. I think it's available at like Beautylish as well. I will link a couple of places down below. Oh, and I saw it was available at Cult Beauty if you're living in Europe and you want to purchase this in Europe. I don't know if it's available at European Sephora's yet, but check the description box to see where it's available. I will find it in a couple of places and I will link it. Okay, let's zoom in and let's go. I'm excited. So I want to do a blush and highlight first, so I think we're gonna start with the blush and then we're gonna do the highlight. I'm gonna use brushes. I love using brushes. This is a Makeup Geek. It's a cheap highlighter brush, but it's like a small stippling brush. You can find similar brushes at like e.l.f. and Colourpop as well. I really like these for like cream blush. Is that a cat hair? Oh my word, I swear there's not a video where I don't find one of these cat hairs. So I like putting my blush up here. And I'm taking a little because obviously this is like a reddish terracotta, and that is like, again, maybe a little bit too deep for my skin tone. But we are gonna see if we can just put this on and sheer it out. It's definitely pigmented. I feel like when I look in the viewfinder, it's looking a little bit like patchy and unblended, but that's not what I see in real life. It's really hard when, oh, and I don't have bronzer on. Should I put bronzer on as well? Do I need bronzer? I'll start with blush and we'll do bronzer afterwards. It's really hard when the background starts getting really dark, as it does in Sweden during the winter time. I'm in Sweden and we are definitely getting into winter now. And it's just really hard when your background turns really dark. It's hard for the camera with the contrast between like my skin tone and like the almost black background. The camera is having a really hard time with that, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a tech whiz. This one has a matte finish. Like, I don't see a shimmer in this. I mean, it looks like it's not completely like a cream to powder. It looks like a more natural finish on the skin. It doesn't look powdery, but it definitely does not have any shimmer in it. Oh, and I didn't powder my face before going in with this cream blush, just so you know. Let me actually use some of my Anastasia cream bronzer just to have a little bit as a something here. I'm just gonna do a little bit, nothing much. I'm just gonna use a little bit of finishing powder from Nyqvist. This is the High Glass, and I'm just going over a little bit under here to even things out and to make sure that it's not sticky, but I think it looks really pretty. Okay, time for the highlighter. This is called Star Glow. I wonder if this is a new formula. I'm using a... Ooh, that really picked up. I am using a AOA Studio number F19. This got sent to me by my friend Amy from Amy Loves Makeup. And that's pretty. It is a crease brush, but it's like as big as my crease, so I have been using it as a highlighter brush for more densely packed highlighters, and it is a beautiful brush for that because it is a little bit tapered. I 1,000,000% recommend it for that. Okay, maybe this is not too dark on me. There's a little cast, like you can see, there's a little cast. It looks really natural, not natural, but like glowy and not like too weird, but there's a little cast. So it ends up being a little bit more like blush draping that's super glowy than like actual highlight. So I would say that if you are lighter than me, this will definitely not work on you. Like if you are of a fair skin tone, this is not going to be the one for you. Unless you want to use it as eyeshadows and not as like cheek products. And if you're using the same kind of foundations as me, you could probably get away with it, but the highlighter is not going to look like lighter on your skin tone. I don't like an icy highlighter. I actually do prefer having a little bit of a cast over having a super icy highlighter, but I know that is a little bit of an unpopular opinion. I know most people don't want to have like the cast, but I just don't like when it's like super icy on me. So I usually end up picking a highlighter that's maybe not meant for like me, but I don't know. I just don't like when it looks too icy on me. I really like the finish of this one though. It's a really nice formula. It looks really wet and dewy on the skin without looking like too obvious. And it's easy to spread out and pick up with the brush. Okay, that's a really nice formula. It's called Star Glow. I think it is a new formula if I'm not mistaken. I am gonna use a little bit of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. I am almost out of mine. This one, you can see I'm almost out of mine. This is in the old packaging. This is the light one, so it's gonna look a little like light peachy on me. Am I out of this one? Oh, there's a little left. It's gonna look a little like peachy on me, but I am trying to use this one up. Sometimes, you know, when you're almost out of stuff, you just get this urge to use it up. You're like, pan it. But yeah, I do think that I am out of this one. I can't get any more out. Okay, I am officially out of something. Oh my, is this gonna be enough? Okay, I finished something up. Look at me. Haha! I have browns. So I guess I'm doing... I mean, it says transition crease smoke. I mean, obviously, for me, that's not... I mean, it's a little bit too deep to be a transition on me. But I'm gonna start with this one anyways, the one that says transition, and we'll just see how it is on the eyes. And maybe if you are like me and you prefer something that's just a little bit more smoky, maybe you prefer it too. But I mean, usually Natasha Denona eyeshadows are really pigmented, so I'm sure that the light one, those shades would show up really good as well, if you prefer something that's maybe not this deep. But I'm more in the like deeper and more dramatic is better when it comes to eyeshadows, especially when it comes to neutrals. So for me it was easy to pick, but that's cute. So yeah, this is the one that's called Transition, and I am gonna try and work this into my transition and see what we can get. But as you can see, it's like this is deep on its own on me. Okay, so this is where I'm at now. I've been trying to like sheer out the shade a bit, and I think I have done a good job at it. I think it looks really good. It's just that first shade. So I think we're gonna use shade number 2 now, which is called Crease, and I'm gonna use that on a smaller brush. And I'm just gonna put that in the outer corner. I know that this says Glam Face Palette, but I feel like the Glam palette is like more cool tone than this one. I feel like this is more like the same color scheme as Biba, like a neutral brown palette. That's really like these are so pigmented. Like you can see how pigmented these are and how true to pan they are. I mean, I definitely would have benefited having like lighter shades to work with, but on the other hand, I love something that is as deep and sultry as this. This looks so yummy. But yeah, if you were wondering, like, do these show up smoky? Are these pigmented? Definitely. Both. Yes on both. Should I do some under my eyes as well? Like I should, right? Obviously I should. Let me use some of the shade, like the darker one. Let me use some of that under my eyes as well. And we'll like deepen this up. There is one even darker shade that's called Smoke, and I think we'll use a little bit of that after we have some shimmers on. I really like this shimmer that's called Outer Corner. It's like a rose gold. Like I said, I don't usually venture into like neutrals, but I'm excited. It looks almost like wet in the pan. What's not to love? Okay, so let me actually swatch this one. Ooh, that is pretty. And this one that's called Inner Corner. Yeah, that won't be an inner corner on me. You can see it has a deeper base. But let me actually put this. This is the rose gold shade. That is a really pretty rose gold. You can see I'm just tapping it on. And now I'm taking the other shade that is called Inner Corner. And I'm just putting it next to it on the inner like part of the lid. That is pretty. These are really like nice and metallic, but they're not like, they don't feel wet. They feel dry, but I will say they look wet. Really pretty. And yeah, you can see I just used them on my finger, no setting spray or anything. That's cute. That's cute. Let me actually deepen this up. Okay, I'm gonna use the exact same brush as I used before, and I'm taking the shadow that's called Smoke, and I'm just gonna put a little bit in just a mini diagonal out here in the outer corner to, just as the shadow suggests, just smoking this up a little bit. I'm not really taking this into the crease, I'm just putting it on the outer part of the lid. Like that. That's really pretty. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finish this eye up, I'm gonna use some mascara, and then I'll show you in a corner that could go with this, and I'll also show you how you can easily incorporate just a little bit of color into a neutral look like this without taking it too far, if you just want to dip your toes. Even when you're doing a neutral look like this, putting a bright blue or turquoise or lime green in your waterline, is that a cat? I'm a mess. It can really bring something extra to your look, and it's not something that you see straight away, but it's just that added little pop that can take your look from everyday to like something extra, but it's still not like bright enough so that people will be like, what are you wearing to the office? So I really recommend a colored pencil in your waterline together with like a neutral look. Look how cool that is. I love it. This is the LA Shockwave liner in Electric. It's a really nice one. I'm gonna bring out the Mini Xenon by Natasha Denona. I really love this palette, especially as a accent palette when I just need to have something extra that I feel is missing in a palette, like a matte black, or in this case, a matte inner corner highlight. So I'm just using the matte, like almost white matte in here, and I'm using this as my inner corner highlight, just to brighten it up a little bit. And this is the look without any lashes on. I love using lashes, so I mean I use lashes pretty much every time I do my makeup. I am gonna put on these half lashes from Vive. These are the smoky, I think, yeah, smoky half lashes. I'm gonna put those on, and I'm gonna find a lipstick, and we can have a final chat about this palette. I like the look though, it's fun, and I especially like the little turquoise added thing together with these earrings. The look is done. My hair is in need of a washing, but it is fine because it is Friday and I am taking a bath after this and just relaxing for a little bit. So here's my thoughts on this palette. Actually, while I've been filming this, this whole palette has actually sold out. So the dark one is sold out at Sephora as well, but it is available at other places. I will link it in case you are interested, or maybe you can put on like notifications or something if you want to see when it comes back in stock. Just follow the link down below and you'll find it. I think that this is a really good quality palette. I think the mattes are the usual high quality pigmented blendable mattes, and as you can see, they really do show up true to pan. I think this new like highlighter formula is the one that's like impressing me the most. It is stunning, really stunning. I think all of this is really good quality. Should I have, okay, here's the thing. I love deep dramatic eyeshadows. I wouldn't want the light palette depending on the eyeshadows because I would never use those. So I prefer buying a palette that is like deeper than this and just having to go in very lightly with them, because I mean obviously a lighter blush and a lighter highlighter would have made it probably easier for me to work with, but I just don't like light brown eyeshadows. But this is very pigmented, it is very blendable, it is very Natasha Denona. If you're wondering if this is good quality, it is good quality. But if you have a deeper skin tone, I do think that these shades would show up on you because they are extremely pigmented. I had to really sheer out the blush, for example. I mean, I can't 100% say because of course I've only tried them on my skin tone, but just based on what I see here, I do think that these would show up on the skin tones that they were meant for, because this is the dark one. Do let me know what you think about this. Is this something that you are interested in? Like I said, did I say that in the beginning? Like eyeshadow palette and face palettes all in one isn't necessarily my thing. It's not necessarily something that I love. I love having them separate, but I do know that a lot of people love having it all in one, love the idea of having blush and highlighter and your like basic eyeshadows in the same palette. And if you're that person, and if you have been eyeing this, at least I'm here to let you know that this is good quality, and I don't think you'd be disappointed if these are colors that you're going for. I'm guessing the light palette is going to be the same good quality, just lighter colors, because I mean, why would it be different quality in the different palettes? I know that the highlighter formula is the same highlighter formula, but a lighter one in the light one. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Do check the description box for more info. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you on Monday for a new video. Or if you are a member, I do a membership on my channel. It's down here next to the subscription button. If you're a member, there's going to be a member exclusive tutorial this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye!